Welcome to Two Blondes and a Brokerage, and today we're going to talk about whether you renovate or don't renovate and where you see the biggest return on items in your house.
Well, and I mean, it's all up to your own opinion, but the top three that I think, we both have talked about are super important. The first thing is big ticket items are going to be your kitchen, something that gets used all the time, can really update the look, the feel of your home. But it's definitely not in everybody's budget. Same with the basement. Basements are a huge investment, but they bring a ton of equity.
Yeah.
So that buying power of what's more important can sometimes.
Definitely. I was actually just talking to a client about they're moving here and they're looking at buying a home with a finished basement versus an unfinished basement, and they were like, "Well, what's the cost for us to finish basement?" And I was like, probably anywhere from like $75,000 to $125,000.
Easy.
Yeah, on like a light estimate. And we're seeing quotes from anywhere from like $90 to $100, $125 a square foot for finishing it.
Yep.
They were like blown away. They're like, oh my god. And I was like, but look at the difference in the prices of the homes that you're looking at that have the unfinished basement versus the finished basement. And they're like, well, what if we just finish the basement and we don't add a bedroom and a bathroom to make it cheaper? And I was like, you're not going to see that very often, because the reason that people are finishing basements, even if they're going to keep the home as a rental, is because now their rental potential is high. So you go from a 3-3, 3 bed, 3 bath to like a 4-4. That really changes the rental potential of that home. Not to mention the resale value of that home.
Exactly.
But finished square footage on its own without adding beds and baths doesn't add a ton of value.
And that's the biggest thing that you have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Is if you're gonna invest the money to renovate or to not, you want to do it as big as you can so that you do see that return on investment, whether you're doing resale or you're renting.
Right. And as far as the kitchen goes, that's, I would say, number one feedback.
Easy.
Yeah.
Just because, we have master bedroom kind of is our other topic, but that you think about the places that you occupy the most in your home are going to be the biggest selling feature, whether you're renting or you're selling.
Right.
And honestly, when you live in a home, you want to enjoy it. So pick the places that, and those are the top three that people are going to spend time.
And I think with your master bed bath, that's also the most expensive and extensive project.
Yes.
And I think for people too, it's easy to fix a powder or a second bathroom or whatever.
Simple.
But when people walk into a home, they're like, I want to walk into a home that I don't have immediate projects. And for those people, it would include your master bath bedroom, your kitchen, and then potentially the basement. And so if those things are not done, those are not only the most expensive projects, but the most inconvenient projects, because now you're without a kitchen or without your bathroom. And like you said, like for me, when I was renovating my master bathroom, it was horrible. Because there's just dirt everywhere, and you're not comfortable in your own space. Oh, it's terrible.
It's not fun, and that's why a lot of these investors are, they've got it figured out, because they buy low, they're not living there.
Yep.
They send in their contractors, they fix it, they flip it.
Yep.
It's done.
Yep. Yeah, so I think, as far as big projects go, those are the three that you're going to see the biggest return on. But there are other things that you can do to your home that that aren't as expensive, aren't as inconvenient, but do make a huge difference as far as like the appeal to a buyer and the feel that the buyer gets. And exterior wise, I think two of the biggest ones are your front door and your landscaping / yard work. In general, the general curb appeal of it. And so a lot of people are like big advocates of painting the front door, something that stands out, which I'm all for. But also, even if your front door is just dirty, like clean your front door. Clean your front door, clean your baseboards and your entryway, because they say that like a buyer knows that that it's the home for them like in the first 3 seconds or something. It's insane. Basically, when you walk in the front door,
it's either,
a buyer knows. They get a feeling. And so if the curb appeal is not there for the home, or they walk in and immediately see like big projects like the kitchen or whatever, it's a huge deterrent for buyers.
It is.
And so even like, trimming, mowing, weed picking, all those stuff that just takes time out of your day, you'll see a huge return on that, I think.
Well, I mean, you had a listing in the Pinery.
Yep.
And that was something that was a huge deterrent. And the second that you actually had to put in your blood,
Yep.
sweat, and tears to do that, it changed everything.
Literally
I mean,
the same day.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not because, you know, there are a lot of people who are like, oh, I can look past that.
Some people
cannot
can't.
look past smell either.
No.
That was the other thing I was gonna say on top of like your exterior. The second someone walks into your home,
Strong odors of any kind.
yes. So
Yeah.
spend the time or the money to have a professional cleaner come in and wipe down those baseboards. You know, I have so many sellers who are like, I don't have time for that. I'm like, well, you can pay someone who can do it,
100%.
and it will make a world.
You'll
of a
see that
difference.
money back.
That is a return on investment.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, to have $300, have somebody come in and deep clean, whether you're staging the house or not, whether it's vacant or it's occupied, it can make a world of a difference, and you will see that return on investment.
Definitely. I think those two are big ones, and then also carpet and paint.
Yes.
And people fight on this, and I understand, you know, carpet has gone up, paint costs have gone up, whatever. But it's immediate. Like, people know immediately if the paint is gross or the carpet is gross. And let's say you spend $10,000 to do paint and carpet in your whole home. I guarantee you'll see that money back.
I do
And
too.
especially like as the market is shifting like it is now, all these things, you can't wait anymore to do these things.
No.
You know, you can't risk going on the market and not having these things done.
Yep.
Because, you know, the odds of selling in the first month are down to like 50%.
Mhm.
And so would you rather take all these things we've talked about, right? Spend the money up front, list that home, and in the first weekend get offers, or do you want to risk being on the market, having to pull it off the market to do all these things, and then go back on the market? I mean, it's so much more frustrating to do it that way.
It is.
And there's no rush to get onto the market at this moment, I don't feel like, because the selling season has ended.
I agree.
So at this point, you're almost better off to do all these things we're talking about, list in the spring,
Right.
You know, where you time the market, if you can,
Yeah.
where you've timed the market perfectly and your home is in tip-top shape, so that you can actually be successful selling.
Well, and in reality, I mean, time can sometimes be in your favor. Like you said, if you can, if it's not a must-have, you can do those over the next 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And be ready so that you are putting out a product that is going to sell itself, and you will see that return on investment.
Right, exactly. Yep.
But if you guys have any more questions on things you can do inside your home, if you're thinking about selling, or even, you know, there's a lot of people who want to renovate now and stay in it for a couple years and then sell or use
Right.
it as an investment. So reach out to us if you guys have any questions or any tips that we might have, and we're happy to give you any of the information.
Oh, and don't forget to follow us on our Facebook pages, How to House Hack and Denver Down Payment Assistance, and then also our March Realty Facebook page, and our YouTube channel as well, Two Blondes and a Brokerage, and we'll see you guys soon.